say a lot of it at the very start was actually kind of walking the streets locally to see who had good branding or not, who had gaps that I could fill, who was willing to take a chance on a brand new social media manager.
Yep, nice.
um, so at the start, it sounds awful, but you are kind of looking for the shit.
Yeah.
You're looking for the
Kind of do
people
take
who
anything
are,
in the beginning, don't you? Please, who will
yeah,
hire me? Yes.
yeah, just so you can get your experience up and get your portfolio up, and so you can get
Mm,
paid something while you're starting. I know a lot of people do a lot of free work when they first started, but I just did cheaper work,
yep.
so I could still pay some bills.
Yes.
And then the portfolio just builds itself. You build your confidence through that, and then the hurdle after that was learning how to pitch myself, and that was
Mm.
probably one of the hardest things learning as a business owner. Eventually, after a couple of years, you get used to it. The imposter syndrome dies down.
Does it? Does it?
Kind of. I mean, now I'm in a position where I don't really have to pitch, and people magnetically come to me because
I
my
love that.
messaging is pretty clear. I'm pretty clear on who I don't want to work with, and I feel like that came through the confidence I've learned from working with the wrong clients.
So
Like, honestly.
how did you go like make that transition though? So from going, please, can anyone help me out here?
Yeah.
I'll work for a cheaper rate. I then, then kind of going, I've got to start really, pitching bigger packages, bigger rates, and now to going
Mm.
like people come to me. What was that process like for you?
Thousands of dollars in business coaching, honestly.
Love it. Yes.
Surrounding myself with those other entrepreneurs who were either a few steps ahead of me or were going through it at the same time, so you could have the shared experience, and understand that this is not something that you're experiencing on your own. This is a universal problem.
Yes, I
Yeah.
love that. Oh my God.
Mm,
So investing in yourself and surrounding yourself with people who have done it before and are on the same path as you.
yeah.
That is just the best advice, seriously, because I feel like, business is hard. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely hard. I've been doing it for 12 years and it's really hard, but it's not new. Like,
Mm,
do you know how many billions of businesses there are on the planet? There's somebody who has done what you want to do before. Like,
yeah.
sure, if you're, have some kind of technology revolution, perhaps there might be some nuances, but plenty of things that you are going to do, someone has done them before. So I
Yep.
do love that idea of, we don't actually have to reinvent the wheel. There's someone that's willing to give us a bit of a helping hand.
Yep. Yep. And I think also the coaching aspect and also that peer support,
Mm,
you get two ends of the spectrum from someone who's quite confident and can teach you things and help you fill your own gaps. And then you get that peer support of feeling understood, feeling heard, feeling like, this is, you're not lonely, because entrepreneurship is very lonely,
yeah.
especially when you do actually just work from home on your own.
Yes, me.
It really helps. Like,
Like,
it really
oh, I
helps to have
haven't
those
left the
things.
house this week.
I did that last week. I was like, it's been 5 days. I haven't gone outside.
I
Oh
know.
no.
I know,
Yeah.
literally. And then I'm like, get Woolies delivered. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my
So,
God, I literally didn't leave the house this week.
yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love it.
So the
What do you do?
connection does help. Mm,
Yeah. And it's interesting. It doesn't have to be in person either. I know we're talking about not leaving
mm,
the house, but I think you mentioned being regional WA. There's so much you can achieve online. Like, we're so lucky that we live in a time where there are virtual communities, there's social media, there's, half the time you slide into a businesswoman's DMs and she is happy to help you out with
yeah.
questions or therapy.
Mm. I also feel like that at the very start of my business, I didn't know that. And then the more I learned that actually this is not as competitive as it is maybe with male oriented businesses. Business women are a lot more supportive and inclusive. And you could literally just message anyone at any level of business, and they're more than happy to give you time of day.
That is so true. I find it really interesting. So I feel like women don't want to ask for help, but
Mm,
on the other flip side to that, women are so happy to help. So it's
yeah.
like, if we could just bridge that gap somehow, then everything will work out.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
What do you think has been your biggest challenge in business so far?
Myself, my brain.
Oh my God, I love that answer.
Yeah, I think honestly most people probably relate. But for me personally, until recently, I didn't know that I had ADHD, so it made like actual
Ah,
function and the challenges of organization and all the things that you need to be a business owner made it very hard.
mm,
And then that comes with all these other side effects, like other mental health conditions. I also have general chronic health issues. So I
mm.
would say myself and my own life, my own issues that pop up and how to handle that life balance. That was, yeah, the biggest challenge. It still is, honestly, that's still my biggest challenge.
Mm.
Um, but on the other hand, it's like they are the things that make me unique and they are part of my story. So, as much as it's a challenge, they have helped me just shape my business to be better suited to me. And I find the right clients because it's shaped my story and shaped how I approach things. So, challenge and also a benefit.
I love it. And I think that, I'm sure at the beginning, those challenges you maybe didn't look at as a benefit. And you were like, "Ah!" And you
Yeah.
kind of got to figure out how to deal with them. And I know so many people listening in, there will be an iteration of this that's relevant to them, like everyone does struggle with their own challenges, whether it be mental health, physical health, looking after kids, being a carer for somebody, it's just, and then all of the unexpected things in life that pop up. I love your attitude of actually it can also be a benefit.
Yeah, it takes time to get there, but like honestly, only very recently has it started to feel like it is a benefit because the challenges, everyone has their own, like you say, but they can feel so big when your entire business relies on you.
Yeah.
And that was the scariest thing. It still to this day is the scariest thing that everything relies on me.